beaches are the backyards of villages along the stretch of northern Java, and they're covered with a black layer of oil that's choking sea life and the livelihoods of local fishermen. Some have joined the cleanup mission, a back-breaking process that's expected to take several weeks.
I'm cleaning up this oil. It looks like crude oil. I get paid to do this $7 a day.
The oil's coming from a well near that platform, leaking into the ocean for almost 3 weeks. The state energy company Pertamina says it's intensified efforts to slow the spill, installing high-speed water skimmers to suck up fuel from the surface and a static boom to contain its spread.
We care about the safety of people, especially the fishermen. We have coordinated with the military and police, and we have patrol boats working 24 hours a day to isolate the location of the oil spill.
The company's declared an emergency and brought in the experts that handled a similar spill in the Gulf of Mexico. But they're having to fight the currents and the wind, with the oil sheen spreading more than 80 kilometers.
The cause of the spill is still under investigation, but we ask people not to worry because we have the best people handling the problem. We have hired specialists who often deal with this problem, even on a bigger scale.
It's the second potential environmental catastrophe for the company in just over a year. An underwater pipeline burst off Borneo last March, spilling 40,000 barrels of crude oil. It sparked a fire, killing 5 fishermen. The government ordered Pertamina to pay compensation for the pollution caused and improve safety procedures. It's too early to say how much oil spilled here in Java or count the environmental cost. But people here want the leak plugged, and quickly. Alexia O'Brien, Al Jazeera.
Now, protesters are out on the streets in Puerto Rico as the leadership crisis there also continues. Secretary of State Wanda Vasquez was set to take over as interim governor on August the 2nd after Ricardo Rossello resigned on Thursday, but she now says she doesn't want the job. Staying in the region, millions of dollars worth of stolen goods are being auctioned off in Mexico. But for the first time, the proceeds are going to the poorest in the community. Manuel Rapello went to see what was going under the hammer in Mexico City.
This collection of luxury jewelry in Mexico City is worth millions, yet it isn't part of some private collection or museum showcase. Many of these items, like these gold-plated pistol grips or this jewel-encrusted Mont Blanc pen, once belonged to Mexican criminals. These, as well as other items seized by the federal government, are being auctioned off.
These auctions are just like in the movies, with a gavel and someone who says, going once, going twice, sold. But what makes it special is that all the money we earn from auctions goes towards Mexico's poorest communities.
Since the beginning of the year, the Mexican government has been selling off things ranging from luxury vehicles, like this Lamborghini Murcielago, private planes, and luxury homes, some of which were previously owned by cartel members.
With this new system, we will save a lot because we can deliver funds directly to the people, and decommissioned goods can be put to good use.
Critics of President Andrés Manuel López Obrador have called the auctions a populist measure. Others warn there's no way to track how the funds will be spent.
This isn't just about handing money to local authorities and letting them decide how to spend it. In the end, there needs to be a mechanism in place to allow others to participate in the decision over how the funds are spent.
In what is now the third government auction this year, 2,000 pieces of jewelry are being sold. The event has drawn in hundreds of people, although many just seem curious to have a look at some of the opulence once enjoyed by Mexico's most dangerous criminals. This is the most expensive item here, a Piaget watch made of 18-karat white gold and covered in 49 diamonds. The starting bid, $150,000 US. In all, the government hopes this auction will raise more than $1 million for the poor. Some of the items the government has auctioned previously belonged to politicians. Mexico's president says auctioning off stolen goods sends a powerful message that government corruption will no longer be tolerated. Manuel Rapelo, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.